So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to ban trading in all of baseball. That's right. Every single league, no minor league trades, no major league trades. Trading is gone in baseball. So the only way teams are going to get better, the draft or through free agency. Let's see how it plays out. So because I don't really care what happens, I'm not going to control anybody. Let's just go 3, 2, 1, boom. I guess we're the Phillies today. So like I said, no trades at all. The only way teams are going to improve are free agency and through the draft. Everything is going to be controlled by the CPU except for there's just no trades. So let's just see how it all plays out. Let's sim a couple years, probably more than a couple, because I feel like we're not really going to see the whole scale of how this plays out. Like I said, no trades. It might be a little wild. So we just finished the trade deadline, and to prove to you, there's no trades, no changes in the teams at all, no trades whatsoever. So this is kind of interesting. You can see the Phillies are actually in first place. I've shown the roster on screen at some point. I just didn't like shout it out because I'm probably going to be using this roster for the rest of the year, just because I doubt any big roster moves are going to be happening. But yeah, season's about to be over, and let's kind of check out and see who ends up being first, who's second, who wins the World Series, all that good stuff. So playoff picture on screen now. You can kind of see, you know what? Besides the Diamondbacks making the wild card, this kind of looks like what you'd expect from the postseason. Obviously, MLB The Show wasn't able to implement the actual postseason that's happening with the 3 wild card spots. So like I could see this, the Phillies sneaking into the postseason. I think the Cardinals definitely have a shot to make the postseason, and then of course you've got the Padres and the Giants. But the Padres are kind of in some trouble now because Tatis went and got suspended for performance enhancing drugs, which is kind of wild. Apparently the test was back in March, so MLB has known about it. They just had to wait to announce it until he was ready to come back from his injury. So yeah, 80-game suspension, absolutely insane. Yes, they're saying it's for ringworm, but the picture that was posted about him, that doesn't look like ringworm. That's not what ringworm looks like. On top of that, the thing that he got suspended for is not the same thing as what you get for ringworm, like a topical ointment. So like there's like 2 different things going on where it just doesn't make sense. So he's clearly lying. He clearly took the steroid to heal quicker from his motorcycle accident. So there's a lot of issues going on with Tatis, and it's kind of crazy. So like in the comment section, let me know what you guys think about Tatis. I do think, you know, he did definitely try to heal quicker from his injury. That's why he did take it. But those are the rules. He got caught. He's suspended. Do I think he you know, he just takes steroids to get stronger? No, I think he was definitely taking it to recover quicker. But again, that's the rule, you know, like that's what it is. So it's not like steroids are making him a better baseball player or anything like that. But yeah, it definitely is something that he got caught with, and you know, it is something that the Padres have to deal with, and now they kind of have to sort out what they want to do with Tatis. Is there like no trust at all with him now? Is that an issue within the organization that they're gonna have to work out? Are they gonna have to restructure his contract possibly? You know, because they had the motorcycle accident, now they have this suspension. You know, is it time for him to kind of like have this final, like, you get one last shot? Mess it up, you know, things are definitely gonna have to change. It's interesting. It's interesting to see what and like how this is all gonna play out, because that's like 2 big things that really hurt the Padres in one season, and it's all because of Tatis. So it's kind of crazy. So yeah, you guys saw enough about Tatis. You guys kind of saw the awards. You saw the standings I was showing you as I was talking about the whole Tatis controversy, because it's absolutely insane to see something like that. Like obviously Cano got caught recently, but that was Cano. He's towards the end of his career. This is one of the best young stars in baseball, and he's getting caught with it, which is unbelievable to think about. So let's get to the end of the year. Let's see who wins the World Series. It is going to be the Brewers. The Brewers defeating the Mariners 4-2. Who is the MVP? Willy Adames. Okay. So the Mariners and the Brewers. Interesting. All right. So this is where things kind of get hectic, because no trades, no way to make it teams, you know, actually, this is the way to make teams better. You you have to spend money. And I feel like this is going to make it a little bit better. So again, everything is being controlled by the CPU. No trades are happening. So let's see what some of the big names are off the board. We got Taylor Rogers. Is that really the only one so far? I have a feeling that teams are going to spend more money on their free agents and try to bring back their free agents more often. Wilson Contreras to the Twins. I feel like we haven't really seen any other. Aaron Judge is still available. The Rays are currently the top team for Aaron Judge. You've got Kershaw. That's really about it. What moves have happened? I want to see this. Actually, what I'll do is let's just get to like the end of the year. As the Rays, no, not the Rays, the Astros got Judge. That's insane. Okay, so I think I'll just be able to just go to like, does transactions reset at the beginning of the year? Or am I going to be able to, I will. Okay, so let's kind of see if I can find some of the big names that happened for each team. Let me get to, here we go. Can I go by like, I wish I could, I know what I can do. Let's get to spring training. Boom, there we go. And then now I can go to transactions. We can go to completed, go free agency. I felt roster history. That's what I want. Roster history, MLB. And now I can kind of see all the moves that they made for MLB and see what kind of big names went somewhere. So Odor went to the Nationals. That's really about all they did. They didn't really do much there. What about the Cubs? Edwin Diaz was like kind of their big acquisition along with Corey Dickerson. And that kind of looks like it was it. Jace Peterson is a new one. A couple relievers here and there. Let's see. Guzman, Diekman, Hermosillo. So the Reds went out and got a couple like depth pieces, I would say. The Brewers, VR's back with the Brewers. Jose Abreu to play first base. Kevin Pillar, Trace Thompson. Okay. So nothing too crazy. Chris Bassett, actually they went at some more pitching. You know, they do well with pitching. So doesn't really look like the Pirates did much. Let's see. Is this it's a catcher. I was gonna say Gary Sanchez with the Cardinals. Okay. Andrew Heaney joins the squad. Aroldis Chapman as well. Interesting. Ortega to the Diamondbacks. I'm trying to like find the big moves. Doesn't really look like Willie Calhoun to the Dodgers. KJ Harrison. I'm trying to find any other big ones that I'm missing. Doesn't really look like it there. Let's see, anything here. Vogelbach, Mitch. Couple pitchers here and there, but nothing too crazy. Man, where's all the big moves? Oh, Josh Bell to the Giants. There's one. Rodon came back. Or no, he's still had, yeah, because there's no options in contract. So yeah, he would have still stuck with the team. Kevin Kiermaier to the Red Sox. What other ones? Matthew Boyd. JD Martinez to the Yankees. Really? Rowdy Tellez as well. Any other ones? Matt Duffy, Naquin. Okay. Any Carlos Carrasco to the Rays? Interesting. A couple other names here and there. But like Michael Brantley to the Blue Jays. Remember when that was something that like supposedly happened in real life and all the reporters got it wrong? Michael Brantley was a Blue Jay for like 15 minutes and then it completely changed. What was that, like 3 years ago now? Franmil goes to the White Sox, so he stays in Chicago. What other moves? Conforto to the Guardians. Couple other names here to the Tigers. So the Tigers went out and made a couple changes. I'm not. Where's all the big names? Am I missing them? Where's all the big signings? I feel like I haven't seen any. Wilson Contreras, there's one. Am I just missing it? I also know that like there's a lot of like possible free agents that could happen. Like in real life, there's a lot of player options and team options this offseason. So like that also plays into effect because that's not coded into MLB The Show. So like I know there's a lot of players. I think like a lot of the good pitchers that could become free agents this year have team or player options. A lot of position players too that could become free agents have team or player options. And of course those aren't in the game. So yeah, we've kind of gone through it. We've kind of seen the teams that have made the moves. I feel like we've seen everything. Yeah, I mean, for the most part, you kind of get an idea, right? You kind of saw what happened. Nothing too crazy. I feel like a lot of the teams are more willing to spend money now because they can't make trades. Like that's a big part of baseball, especially at the deadline. And now we're sitting here at free agency And teams are going to have to spend that money. They're going to have to fight for those players. Because again, no trades. Second season in the books. Let's take a look here. What do we got? We got the Guardians and the Blue Jays, the Rays and the Mariners in the wild card, and then the Astros. And then the National League's, ooh, I think the wild card's different, but I think everything else is kind of the same, right? I feel like maybe. I feel like it. All right, let's go take a look. I guess we can take a look at league leaders. What do we have here? Devers with 200 hits, 215 for Brendan. Why is Brendan Donovan at 81 with B potential? What is going on with this roster? Way too high rated for Brendan Donovan. Like, yes, he's having a decent season, but an 81 overall. Are we crazy? Are we okay? Are we okay? All right, awards. We got Soto. All right, we got Judge. All right. The Astros actually had a pretty decent offseason. Thor and Judge, those are some good pickups. That's what you want to see for a team. Go out and get those players. On the Astros, though, I feel like that would cause a little bit of controversy. Judge on the Astros, yikes. All right, so we're heading to the World Series. The Astros defeat the Brewers. Brewers back to back, and they just fell a little bit short this year. But the Astros, I mean, it makes sense, right? When you think about it, they have that stacked lineup, and then you go and add Judge. They added Grossman as well. He's normally pretty good for a couple seasons. They have Narvaez at catcher and Miguel Sano at first. I mean, that's a good offensive team. You mean Jordan, Tucker, Judge, Bregman, and Pena plus Altuve? Yeah, that's a good team. That is a very good offensive team. And then pitching wise, that's not too bad either. It's definitely a solid team. We'll take a look at the Brewers because that's back-to-back World Series appearances. And at the Brewers, you got Abreu and then VR, but Brandon Drury too. Brandon Drury, who's somehow like the best player in baseball. And then a couple of their prospects got called up. But we know the Brewers just have just insane pitching. I was going to say stacked pitching, but insane pitching, and that's why they're good. I mean, it makes sense. So you got really good pitching versus a really good offensive team in the Astros. That'd be a good postseason to watch. A really fun World Series. So let's see what big names come off the free agency board. Josh Hader to the Braves. Josh Hader to the Braves. I know he's kind of had a tough time with the Padres in his first couple outings, which, Padres get Jack Flaherty. Matt Chapman goes to the Giants. Ahmed Rosario to the Pirates. That's an interesting one. Tyler Glasnow to the Cubs. I feel like that happens so often. Along with this one here, Aaron Nola to the Cubs. Yasmani Grandal to the Brewers. And then Ohtani to the White Sox. That's an interesting one. That's an interesting one for sure. Gene Segura with the Mariners. And Ian Happ to the Red Sox, along with Devers to the Rays. So they spent the money on Ian Happ instead of bringing back Devers. Julio Urias to the Angels, so he stays in Los Angeles. And then, Los Angeles, right? Harrison Bader leaves the Yankees, goes to the Tigers. And that seems like that's kind of the big moves this offseason. Okay, some big moves. I mean, definitely some changes in the teams. And how does that change the landscape of the game? Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens in season 3. Season 3 in the books. Playoff picture. Padres are still there. Cleveland's putting up a good show. Same with the Blue Jays. I think the big thing here is who's got a good farm system, who can develop talent well, which we all know the progression system in MLB The Show is kind of weird. But who's got that good farm system? Who's got that good young roster that's just going to develop over time, and then they can maybe pick up a couple free agent pieces here and there. Guardians got a good farm system. Toronto's got a young team. You've got the Mariners with a pretty solid young team. We saw the Astros lineup already. Padres got a stacked squad. Brewers got good pitching. So it makes a little bit of sense here. So league leaders. What do we have? Anything crazy? 200 hits for Freddie Freeman. Freddie Freeman's still killing it with the Dodgers. What else? Triples. 13 for Acuna. And 43 home runs for Vladdy, along with 46 for Tatis. Maybe he is still rocking with that ringworm ointment. You know, maybe he just keeps it in his bag and he takes it everywhere with him. Anyways, Ohtani, Bassett, Cy Young winner. Okay, all right. Let's see. Any other surprising winners? Like Trinan with the Astros, so they continue to add talent. Felix Valerio. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty solid. Speaking of Brewers prospects, I want to see what he's up to. Jackson? Is it Jackson? Yeah, Jackson Chourio. Guy's insane. He's tearing it up in real life. Unbelievable what he's putting up. I think he's actually like 18 or 19 in real life. Unbelievable stuff. His brother Jason plays for the Guardians. I think he's 17, is putting up crazy numbers in rookie ball. Both of them look like some serious talent. Holy cow, they look insane. So yeah, we went through all the awards. It's time to see who is our World Series winner. It is going to be the Astros again over the Braves. So we saw the team for the Astros. Let's see the Braves. Michael Harris. Okay, Michael Harris, Dansby Swanson. Besides like Aguilar and Tapia, that's a Braves lineup. They've brought in a couple free agents for sure, but like, and some prospects. So Harry Ford always ends up being a free agent for some reason. I don't understand it. He's always available in the Rule 5 draft. That's another one too. I've noticed. It's either the Rule 5 draft or he gets thrown into free agency. I don't understand it. A lot of catchers, a lot of catching prospects always end up in free agency. The teams never re-sign them. I don't understand it. It seems to be a really common occurrence in MLB The Show. Vaughn Grissom, talk about a debut the other night. A home run, like absolutely crushed home run, by the way. Crazy. He pimped it too. Just a little bat flip. Had some fun with it. Love to see it. So season 3 in the books. We saw what happened. Let's get into the offseason because this is the fun part. What teams go crazy in the offseason? Soto to the Mets. Ooh, AJ Minter. We got Bregman to the Royals. That's an interesting one. Bieber to the Giants. Clay Holmes to the White Sox. But Soto to the Mets. Wow, that's the big move this offseason for sure. What other moves could we possibly see? Fried goes to the Astros, I think that was. Danny Jansen to the Cubs. Okay, Brandon Lau to the Cardinals. Peralta to the Guardians. That pitching is going to be insane. Gurriel, oh wait, but they did lose Bieber, so I guess they kind of replaced him there. Glaber to the Phillies. Ooh, Adames to the Tigers. That's an interesting one. Kittredge, Stallings, and Verdugo to the Reds. Huh. Okay. So season 4 in the books. Let's get to season 5 and we'll do like a full season check-in. Let's see how season 4 plays out. Alrighty, season 4. What do we got here? I feel like the NL postseason has been like the same, like the entire time. And I guess so has the AL. I feel like there's maybe been 1 or 2 teams that kind of swap in and out. But outside of that, I feel like it's been pretty much the same, which is, I'm not going to lie, kind of boring. Like I was kind of hoping there would have been some team that would have popped off. Maybe like the Orioles somehow would have made it in, or, you know, like, I don't know, maybe the Reds, you know, maybe I got to wait a couple more years for that to happen, but I didn't even see the home runs. So what do we got here? Meadows and Tucker. All right, so who do we have for award winners? Riley for MVP beating out Acuna and Tatis. You got Devers, back-to-back MVPs with the Rays, McCullers and Yanoa, Lux and Arias for the batting title. And then rookie of the year goes to Nelson Velasquez, who's just now in a full season in the majors. Okay. And then George Valera with the Guardians. Huh. He actually had a pretty decent season. Pretty decent season indeed. So how does the season play out? And then at the end of next year, we'll kind of like check in. I want to see the prospects. The Braves defeat the Twins. So we saw the Braves lineup. I don't think they really made too many changes, but the Twins, what's going on with them? With Wilson Contreras, I mean, Aquino's a new piece along with Contreras, but again, it's a Twins lineup. I can't really expect too many changes. You know, they got to draft well and they got to sign good free agents. And, you know, we're only like 4 years in, so draft picks not necessarily going to make their debuts just yet. So, I mean, we'll check prospects at the end of the next season. I'm interested to see what happens then. I want to see what kind of prospects are starting to come up the ranks. Okay, off season. What do we got? Chirinos is a big name that you're going to give me a notification for. Another reliever? Is that it? Or do we just not have any big names? Another? Kyle Tucker to the Marlins. Another reliever. So we've had 5 notifications. 4 of them have been relievers. That's it? No position. Okay, Will Smith. I thought that was the reliever Will Smith for a second. Okay, so another catcher. Dylan Cease is a pitcher. Vladdy to the Guardians. Ooh, that team got serious. Okay, Joey Gallo to the Cardinals. Jake Cronenworth to the Cubs. Dustin May to the Diamondbacks. Okay. Ozzie to the Baltimore Orioles. All right. So yeah. Oh, this is a year. We're having some serious moves. All right. Josh Naylor to the Pirates. Quantrill to the Astros. Plesac to the Mets. Webb to the Orioles. Man, Robert to the Reds. That's an interesting one. That would suck as a Cubs fan. I really don't want Robert on the Reds. Horner to the Mariners. I almost said the Marlins. The Mariners. Segura to the Blue Jays. I mean, we're having crazy deals at this point. And then now, as we get to season 5, let's go take a look at like what's going on around the league. So let's take a look at prospects first. Who do we got? Brady House with the Nationals. Harry Ford, part of the Mariners in real life. He's with the Braves here. Jordan Walker. You got Carmine Felice, who I'm assuming is a draft pick, I would assume. So yeah, he looks pretty solid. 24 years old, 82 overall, can kind of play it everywhere. Not bad. Frank Gomez, starting pitcher. Okay. Yuri Perez with the Marlins. You got Carson Williams with the Rays. Oh, he's making his debut this year. MLB squad. Okay, Lawler. Yep. PCA. Elijah Green with the Nationals. He's looking pretty solid. You got Bachman with the Angels. Marcelo Meyer with the Red Sox. Okay. Jackson, all right, we talked about him. Yeah, so a lot of real life prospects who are starting to get to the point where they're like kind of fringe guys. Almost there, but not yet. Okay. So we're getting to that point. I like it. I'm interested to see how this plays out. So season 5, where are we? Steven Diaz. I'm kind of interested to see some of the other names down here. All right, so some draft picks are starting to make their name like way into here, like some like auto-generated guys that get drafted in the game. So there's that. We'll take a look at the lineups really quick as well, kind of see what names have been moving around, because we've seen some of the bigger names, but we haven't seen all of them. Plus, 5 years in the future, we're going to see some prospects start to creep their way into the lineups as well. You can see Mason Wynn, Jordan Walker, Cooper Jerpy, Joshua Baez. So like the Cardinals are really starting to have some of their names pop up. Drew Jones is here. What else do we got? Zach Veen. Yeah, a lot of those prospects who are like 18, 19 years old at the start are now starting to hit like 23, 24. So, all right. We're starting to see, oh, they finally called them up. The Yankees finally called them up. It's been a couple, okay. They actually made some moves for once. They're not just letting them rot down there in the minors anymore. So Cedric Mullins is on. See, we didn't get that notification. I didn't know Cedric Mullins went to the Blue Jays. Or did we get that notification? I just don't remember. That's a possibility for sure. And let's see here. The Royals look okay. They have Bregman, Melendez, Pasquantino. That's not a bad team. It's not a bad team. The Twins look solid. The Astros are starting to get a little bit older, so some of their players might start to regress. But overall, it's an okay team. They've lost some players for sure. Angels don't look too great. Not going to lie. They look kind of bad. So do the Athletics, but what a surprise. Mariners look decent. The Rangers don't look too bad. Low. They've got Seager. Josh Smith looks decent. Young looks pretty solid. That's actually not a bad team right there. The Braves look insane. Unbelievable what they've got going on. But yeah. Yeah, that's a gross squad right there. All right. Interesting how it's all kind of played out through 5 seasons. So let's see what happens with this 5th season. All right, so 5 seasons done. What do we have going on? Let's see here. Judge is still killing it with the Astros. Ty France with the Phillies. Okay. Anything crazy? Give me something like 60 doubles, 60 plus home runs, and we got 53 for Judge. That's pretty impressive with Yordan right behind him. And then awards. Okay. Ty France MVP. Oh, Ty France MVP. Jack Leiter, I saw one Cy Young with the Rangers. That's pretty impressive to see. Max Meyer, who sadly went down with an injury on his debut. Oh man, that was tough to see. That was unfortunate to see. You hate to see something like that, especially for such a promising pitcher. But let's get to the offseason. Who is our World Series winner? The Guardians defeat the Mets. All right. Who is our award winner? What do we got going on here? Vlad Jr., who just signed with the Guardians too. And then the playoff MVPs. All right. That's season 5. Let's do like 1 or 2 more years just to kind of see how this all plays out, and maybe get a couple more of those prospects involved. And let's see what we got going on through the off season. So Whitlock, the Reds are making some moves for some pitchers, especially some bullpen arms. The Astros too. The Astros want some pitching. Holy cow! They're going after all the pitching. Any hitters? The Mets are going for some pitching too. I think it's just all pitchers. We're not going to get any hitter notifications. Benintendi is the first hitter that we get a notification for, and then Willie Castro, Josh Bell, Andres Jimenez goes to the Athletics. Why? Why would you do that to yourself? That's just admitting defeat. That's it. Your career is done. Jazz Chisholm to the White Sox. Ooh, okay. Arenado to the Angels. So the Angels continuing their theme of having older players that probably not going to do well, maybe even fall apart with them. But they do go out and get Gavin Lux, so that's not a bad second baseman. Adu to the Yankees. Kirk to the Marlins. Dylan Carlson's. Okay, so the Angels are making some moves. I like the Lux and Carlson moves for sure. It only takes 6 years for them to actually make some decent signings. So there you go, Angels fans. You just gotta wait 6 years for them to actually do some good work. But yeah, season 6. Let's get to the end of it. All right, here we go. What is the playoff picture? Cubs sneak in. Okay, that's a new team. And the Royals, along with the Rangers. All right, there we go. The Royals and the Rangers. Interesting. The Royals kind of surprised me the most, but they do have some young players. They definitely do. Melendez, Witt Jr., Pasquantino, Prado. Like, yeah, they definitely have a couple young players that, if they develop well, I mean, holy cow, 162 RBIs, 57 home runs. Good Lord, Pete Alonso. But what I was saying, yeah, I guess if the Royals, if everything does work out for them, yeah, they definitely could be contenders, especially if they add a couple pieces, which they've added Bregman. I know that for sure, but outside of that, I'm not too sure who's on the Royals. We might have to take a little peek. Maybe we do that next season, as we probably will be the last year for sure. But all right, there we go. Who is our World Series winner in season 6? 7? 6? I don't know. The Royals. Oh, let's just take a look at the Royals right away. Actually, let's take a look at the Giants first, since they lost. So Matos, they signed Vaughn. They kept Peterson this whole time. Same thing with JD Davis, Elliot Ramos. I remember them bringing in Chapman. So yeah, I mean, they've let some of those youngsters come into the team. And then we said the Royals. What have the Royals done? They signed Baez to what? Like a really, really small contract. Okay. And then you have Bregman, Pasquantino. They had a Rosarena. Okay, so they did sign him. Oh, I forgot they traded for Drew Waters. That's right. And then Isaac Pacheco, I think, is a Tigers player. So I guess they got him in free agency too. Okay. All right. So yeah, they've got a squad. What about pitching? Urquidy, they've signed Urquidy. Oh yeah, they've definitely. All right. Good for the Royals. All right, let's do one more team. Let's do one more season. I'm interested to see if any other craziness happens. Plus, I kind of want to check out the prospects too. See how, like, maybe Elijah Green starts to make it into the squad, and players like Jackson Holiday potentially can make it into a team as well, since it's been 7 years. It'll be about 24, 25, possibly 26 by now. So we'll see what happens with some of those guys. So you've seen some of the names that have been popping up, like Adley Rutschman to the Yankees, Wilson Contreras, Julio Rodriguez to the Blue Jays. Ooh, the Mariners let him go. That's crazy. All right. I've seen the Diamondbacks pop up a lot recently, so they might be making some moves as Alek Thomas goes to the Dodgers, I believe that was. So final season, let's take a look one more time through the teams, see what kind of happens. So yeah, Elijah Green, you got Abrams, De La Rosa, you got what else? Brady House, Wood, Hassel. So a lot of those guys that they got from the Soto trade. Cubs, interesting. They've got some interesting names. Shea Langeliers is another player that always gets put on like the Rule 5 draft, or just gets released by a team. I don't really understand why. Reds team looks pretty solid. The Reds are a sneaky team. They've got a crazy farm system. Like, some of their hitters that they have, they could be a sneaky team in a couple seasons for sure. They could be. They just need a little bit of pitching. I think that's the big thing. And if they could get that going, I know they have Green, I know they have Lodolo, but if they can add a couple more pieces here and there, I think the Reds could be pretty good in the couple. I don't want to say like a couple years. I think they're still a few years out because a lot of their prospects are still fairly young. Maybe like 4 years, 3 if everything like kind of goes like really quickly. But I'd say like 4, maybe 5 years, and like have those prospects start to hit their low to mid 20s. I think we're starting to see a pretty decent Reds team for sure. So that could be a team to look out for in the future, especially after those trades they made this deadline. I think they've got some pretty decent prospects. So yeah, the Reds could be scary in a couple seasons, but we'll see what happens. The Reds, I don't know. I feel like their owner is kind of holding them back, but we'll see what happens with them. But yeah, final year. What's gonna happen here? Who is gonna be MVP? Take a look at top prospects, see what kind of names pop up there. But yeah, final season. All right, final year. The Rays are back. You got the Astros. The Rangers are still there. I mean, the Guardians have been a mainstay. I feel like the Astros have been here quite a bit. Toronto, the Rays too. There it is. The Diamondbacks, I've seen them make some moves. Pittsburgh, they've got a decent farm system, so they've got some players that are definitely up by now. All right, so there it is. Final year in the postseason. We'll take a look at the top prospects. And like what? I don't think so like all these guys here are players that were drafted. Cam Collier, I know, is the guy that the Reds drafted in real life. Who else? Let's see here. I feel like a lot of these guys aren't real players, but I could be wrong. It's kind of like quickly looking at them, I'm kind of like, is that a real person or is it not? You know what I mean? I don't know anymore. Every name just kind of looks like it could be, but it might not be. I don't know. I feel like most of these guys are all drafted players. I feel like Cam Collier is like a guy in real life, but most of them are not real life players. Either way, Nolan Gorman with the Diamondbacks. So he's another guy that had to have signed a contract recently, 100%. There it is. Okay. Chris Taylor is now with the Athletics and he's still popping off. Okay. Peraza with a lot of hits. Odell Granger, catcher, looks insane. Doesn't look like he can catch much, but he looks. Oh no, he's a first baseman. Why did I say catcher? Oh, see potential. I thought that was position. Oh boy. Anyways, what do we got here? Doubles, Drew Jones up to a 91 overall. Peraza 88 overall. He's got 52 doubles, 10 triples. Howard Herzog 11 triples, and then Nolan Gorman leads the league with home runs, tying with Alex Bregman, who's still popping off with the Royals. Woo. All right, awards. Let's see here. Gorman and Bregman are your MVPs. Cy Young goes to Casey Mize and Shane McClanahan. Gorman, Chris Taylor, batting title. Relievers of the year, Ben Joyce throws gas along with Daniel DeLowry, and then Jose Rios and Orelvis Martinez, rookies of the year. Final season, who wins it all? It is going to be Texas Rangers. Texas Rangers are your World Series winners. Awards, Jordan Vyers. I don't care about that. It's Justin Foscue. World Series MVP. There it is. Did we have a repeat World Series winner this whole time? Maybe the Astros once? I can't remember now. I feel like one team did. The Braves? No. I don't remember now. I know the Brewers made it the first 2 years, but they didn't win the second time. I don't remember now. But I know there was a lot of changing of the World Series, which is fun to see. I like to see that rather than just being Dodgers, 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 Dodgers. So there it is. No trading allowed in Major League Baseball. Only free agents, only drafts, and this is how it plays out. I think that's kind of a fun idea, right? Just take away trading. No trades allowed. You got to build through the draft. You got to work that development, and you got to spend wisely in free agency. It'd be crazy for MLB. I think that would be wild. We got to keep trades though. But I thought it would be a fun little experiment here. I hope you enjoyed it. Thumbs up if you did. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and enjoyed the content, and of course, get in the comment section. That's about it. Here's a video I recommend. Go check it out. I think you'll definitely enjoy it. That's it. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.